Hey guys, this is Amit from Phone Radar and you're watching the Phone Radar Report. Here we would be covering the latest in all things mobile. Proceeding with the announcements in India, this week we saw the launch of the Lenovo Sisley S90. Although the name might be a bit silly, but the handset features pretty decent specs starting with a Snapdragon 410 processor along with the 5 inches Super AMOLED display, and the device is priced pretty steep at 19,990 rupees. Lenovo is known to keep aggressive pricing for its flagship, mid-range and even the Android range smartphones like recently launched A6000, which is doing pretty good in the market, sold through the flash sales through Flipkart. Other notable features of the S90 include the 13 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel front camera, while both comes with the LED flash modules beside them. The device packs an LTE powered processor. For this reason, we have the 4G connectivity on it, while the battery is in par with the company's Vibe X2 flagship. Continuing about the Indian market, there have been a bunch of analysis reports popping this week about the smartphone market share in the country. While the analysis report stated that Micromax accounted for 22% of smartphone sales in India in the quarter of October to December last year, that's 2014, which is ahead of Samsung's 20% share in the same quarter. But after bursting this news, Samsung responded that their share in India is actually not down and instead shared a report which was done by Counterpoint Research stating that Samsung shipment was around 27.4% in the country while Micromax shipped around 19.5%. It's time these brands come up with pushing their own actual data off rather than fighting based on these third-party reports. Though it cannot be said which reports is true, but it can at least say that Samsung isn't going to lose its crown so easily and so fast, as it has taken the countermeasures to remain for the long time in the market, and we're expecting something big from them this month end at the Mobile World Congress, and you can check out the complete reporting of the same on Phone Radar. Talking about the international announcements, Vivo couldn't hold on the title of making the world's slimmest smartphone for long. The 4.75mm thick Vivo X5 Max is now the second slimmest, with the Coolpad IV-K1 Mini becoming the slimmest at 4.7mm, and it comes from a Chinese brand Coolpad. While the other slim devices have no much compromise with the specs, the EVK1 Mini doesn't seem like a high-end device with the specs included. It's priced at just $210 and comes with 4.7 inches display, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 410 processor, which is 64-bit quad-core 1.2 GHz CPU, 1 GHz RAM, and 8 GB of internal storage. The camera included are 8 megapixel rear and 5 megapixel front shooter, while the device has 1800 mAh of battery. The 4G LTE connectivity support is also there on this device as well. Coming down to the software news, did you just receive the Lollipop update? Feeling good that your smartphone is running the latest OS? Too bad, Samsung just announced the Android 5.1 Lollipop. Too early? I don't think so. Considering that it brings much awaited improvements, it is a welcoming update. You can read the changelog on phoneradar.com, where we had mentioned about the Android One series being launched in Indonesia with this 5.1 Lollipop update. On a side note, there are some images leaked of what appears to be the cases of Samsung Galaxy S6 and its dual edge screen variant. The covers are made by South Korean manufacturer Versus. This week we reviewed the Redmi Note 4G, which faces stiff competition from the likes of the Lenovo A6000, the Eureka, and even the Nokia Lumia 730. The battery life and a decent camera kept the Note 4G a bit ahead than the other mentioned phones, but on the other side, the company's 3G variant of Redmi Note has a decent better performance. The most important point apart from the connectivity in this smartphone is the chipset powering it. Qualcomm Snapdragon 400, Adreno 305 GPU and a 2GB RAM comes on the 4G model. On the other hand, the 3G one had a octa-core CPU with all the cores running at the same time, Mali 450 MP4 GPU and a 2GB of RAM. While there's always a fight about the processors and Qualcomm comes out as a winner, it isn't the case here. The Redmi Note 4G in the first flash sale sold around 40,000 units in just 6 seconds according to Xiaomi India, which clearly points that there is a decent interest from the consumers. The difference between the two devices is that the processor that runs the device and the data network connectivity. Now, with the limited 4G connectivity in India and with some good contenders already in the market, will the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4G prove its worth? We find out in the detailed review, which you can find at phoneradar.com. Coming to the app report, this week you should check out TunnelBear VPN application, which unlocks the websites and allows you to browse privately. The idea is that you get free VPN connection through your smartphone to any country. If you're a person who's interested in buying gadgets from the US, then you would have noticed that certain websites like the Google Play Store is accessible only to people from the US, while if you're from India, then you would get access to the Indian Play Store. In these situations, you need a VPN application which connects you to the TunnelBear servers around US, Canada, UK, Netherlands, Japan, Australia and more. The application is free and it's one of the must install app for your Android or iPhone, and make sure you are ready to unlock your favorite websites. Keep sending your suggestions, feedback, and we would love to read them. This was the Phone Radar report, which gives you a glimpse of what happened this week. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.